Mother, tell your children not to walk my way. Tell your children not to hear my words, what they mean, what they say. Mother, mother, can you keep them in the dark for life? Can you hide them from a waiting world? Oh, mother, father, gonna take your daughter out tonight. Gonna show her my world. Oh, mother.
Welcome to Privileged White Male Radio. As always, am your privileged white male. My name is Rod. Rolling down the road here today.
I really sound fucking retarded.
Everybody stop. What the fuck?
Let's get the sound effects out of the way. Mother. Oh, raining like crazy. On my way back from Minneapolis, south of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Big town of Faribault, Minnesota. Do you know where that is? Any idea? Look it up on the map. Google Map it. Trying to get home here at the end of the week. Been out in the truck for a few days. And let's see what it's 1:30 in the afternoon, so another hour and a half I'll be home. But my day doesn't end when I get home. No, absolutely not, because I am a part-time taxi cab driver. I will jump out of this truck and slide right into the seat of a 2015 Ford TransConnect taxi cab and shuttle the slightly inebriated people of my town around for 12 hours. As a matter of fact, as I brought that up, I think I will try and I know I did this when I was doing the show on iPadio. I think I'll try and work that into the cab tonight, work this podcast into the cab. I might even try it live. I haven't done a lot of live broadcasts here on Spreaker. Speaking of Spreaker, say that like 3 times. Speaking of Spreaker. Tongue twister. I have to hand it to you guys. You Spreaker people are phenomenal. I've already passed last week's stats. And it's only Friday. We've still got the weekend to go yet. And I know all you people out there wait for the weekend to go find your ridiculous shit to listen to, apparently. So, again, I do thank you immensely for making me feel welcome here. I love Spreaker. This is amazing. I'm actually thinking about getting some of my podcasting equipment, my mixers, microphones, and bringing them in the truck here with me, and then interfacing them with my phone. Then I can I just move the studio right here into the truck. I could do it. I've thought about it for years now, and I just haven't done it. But maybe I should. So, hey, thanks for listening to the Privileged White Male Radio Show here on Spreaker, broadcasting worldwide on the internet. Oh, what an amazing, amazing thing it is. I've got a scenario for you. I mean, if you're listening to this, you're probably like me. You're probably an average American person. Have a household. You have to run your household, and most of us try to budget. Try to figure out how much we got coming in, how much we got going out, how much is left over for booze, hookers, depending on who you are. And I know a lot of us don't budget the way we should, but for the most part, we try to budget. So let's just say, for the sake of argument, and I know this is a low number, but just for ease of understanding, you make $1,000 a month. That's what you bring into your household. aside from being a broke-ass motherfucker, that's what you make. Let's just say all your expenses totaled up, your rent, your food, your gas, whatever other, your electric bill, car insurance, the average things you need to live, your cell phone, so you can listen to the Privileged White Male radio show. All that totaled up equals $700, which leaves you with $300 at the end of every month that you can either then choose to spend on frivolous things or save part of it, whatever the case may be. That's your budget. But say, for instance, the unforeseen happens. Maybe you incur a medical bill. Well, Obamacare should be taking care of that, so you shouldn't really have any medical bills. A medical bill, a car repair, a home repair, something out of the ordinary happens. And you now have to come up with that extra money. It gets pretty tight, doesn't it? Say it eats away at that $300 to the point where you have no money left over. Now you're tapped. What do you do? What do you do in your average, everyday American life? And again, this doesn't. The money amount doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you make $1,000 a month or $10,000 a month. You live pretty much, for the most part, within your means. A lot of us don't. Some of us, tend to use credit cards. But let's leave the credit cards out just for the sake of this argument. Just stay with me. I'm going somewhere. I'm trying to go somewhere. Well, you'll do what most of us do. You'll do what I've done. What I make driving this truck doesn't cut the mustard. After everything's taken out, I don't have enough money. So I have to go out and find more money. I have to go get more money to keep everybody paid. And even then, it's not enough. So I drive a taxi cab 2 12-hour shifts almost every weekend. That's 7 days a week. For me. But that's what I have to do. I went out and found a way to get more money. Because things happened beyond my control. My budget, what I need to live, changed due to some unforeseen outside force. And so I did what I had to do. I didn't just not pay my bills. You don't want to do that. I didn't borrow the money. I didn't pull it out of thin air. Money doesn't grow on trees. Yeah, no shit. So now take this very same scenario and place it in a business element. You run a business. You bring in a certain amount of money each month, each quarter, if you're running a business on a quarterly basis. But for the sake of the argument, you bring in a certain amount of money each month. You have your 3, 4, 5 employees, maybe. You have your employees are an expense. It's like paying a bill. You pay their wages, you pay their part of their health care, and you match their federal withholding and all that happy shit that you have to pay just to have an employee. Workers' comp, tons of different fees that go along with that. Your overhead is also part of your budget for your business. What you have to spend in order to make your money. And then at the end of all that, you may have some profit that you give to yourself, that you reinvest in the business. That's your business model. Now let's say somebody comes along and says, what you're paying your employees, you got to double that. You got to double it. I know you're paying them $7.25 an hour, but you got to pay them $15. That's just the way it is. That's the law. The law is minimum wage is $15 an hour now. Yesterday it was $7.25. Tomorrow it's $15. Do it. Just do it. You can't continue to pay these people slave wages like you're doing. They can't live on $7.25 an hour. What's wrong with you? So what do? You have to go find more money. You can't go backwards. You can't go in the hole. You can't stop reinvesting in your business. You can't stop paying yourself. You've got to go find more money. Or, I guess you could make cuts. Because we do that in our home budgets too, don't we? When the money runs out, like me, and you go get an extra job to find that extra bit of money that you need, and even that's not enough.
Yeah, you can come over.
CB. The guy's telling me to come over. Thank you. Oh, that's good. I've been running with my right turn signal on ever since I started the podcast. I feel like a tard. Oh, I'm so embarrassed. I hate when I do that. Should have turned the radio down before I started the podcast. Where was I? You make cuts. Well, I guess I can't have DirecTV anymore. Gonna have to go to basic cable. Maybe I'll get an antenna. Well, I won't be eating out this week. It's like it's ramen noodles. You following me? Is this ringing a bell with you? Maybe it's not where you're at right now, but chances are if you're like me, you've been here at some point in your life. I won't be going to a movie. No, sir. Can't afford it. Or for some of us. Well, I guess I can only go out Friday night to the bar and get trashed. Saturday night, it's going to be out. I'm going to have to stay home. Maybe I'll just grab a sixer and watch TV. You understand what I'm saying. You either make cuts or you go find more money. And it's no different with this minimum wage thing. That's why I don't understand why it's so hard for people to understand. Why it's so hard for people to get their head around this. Especially younger people who are all in with Bernie Sanders. And all about this minimum wage thing. Sounds great on the surface. It really does. To some people. It doesn't sound great to me. I mean, there's another reason for that. Regardless of whether it would affect me in any negative way or not, it still doesn't sound good to me. If you could raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour tomorrow, and it didn't affect me at all, I still wouldn't like it. Because it would affect me anyway. Well, Rod, there's no skin off of your ass if somebody working some shit minimum wage job, gets $15, gets a nice raise like that. It's better for everyone. It's better for all of us. No, it isn't better for me. Well, how does it hurt you? You're not making any less money. Yeah, I am. Yeah, I really am. Because by comparison, my wage went down. I know, I've talked about this before. Go way back and listen. A minimum wage for all. Go listen to one of my first episodes here on Spreaker. You'll hear it. You hear my beautiful plan for how we can fix this. By comparison, I make less money now. If I'm averaging $20, $25 an hour, and the minimum wage is $7.25, and some guy making $7.25 an hour now gets $15 an hour, that just makes my wage look a fuck of a lot less than it used to look like, doesn't it? But back to the scenario. These businesses that are going to have to pay $15 an hour, where are they going to go get that money from? What are they going to cut? Well, they're going to eliminate employees if they can. If they're a little bit fat on the employee roster, if they can do away with a little bit more than what they've got right now, maybe one or two less people in small businesses, they're going to do it. And they're going to shift that work burden, that workload, on to other employees. You've been in these jobs where this has happened. I've been in jobs where, not because of the minimum wage, but because of other reasons, they've cut staff. And when that happens, we all have to work harder because the work has to get done. In any given business, the work has to get done at the end of the day. So great, $15 an hour, it's fantastic.